God.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to motherfucking tea time.
Hey, honk!
Hi, Bonk.
Yeah, you could say I'm pretty excited.
You are very excited.
Tell you why.
Okay.
No reason. Celsius is just hitting
the
right.
Celsius is hitting.
Celsius hitting right. ADHD unhinged because I'm off my meds right now. Feeling.
When do you get re-upped?
The 28th.
That's a long ways away.
It's a long ways away. We've got some things coming up. We'll talk about it right off the bat, right off the top.
We do have a cute thing coming up.
Live show, baby.
Yeah, Friday, December 9th is our live show in LA.
In LA.
At Third Wheel Hollywood.
Yeah.
Is the locations different?
It's the same location.
Same location, Third Wheel Hollywood as our first one.
Oh, okay. So guess what? It's going to be there. It's going to be fun. Email us in your chaotic
holiday stories.
Holiday stories. We love to hear it. Anything that's happened to you.
What did your drunk uncle do? Who did your cousin bring home? Like, I don't know. Just did someone get,
finger banged?
Yeah.
By
the neighbor.
Well, it's wild. So you guys need to pay. You got to pay for the Patreon if you want to hear some crazy stuff. Because yesterday, Harper talked about, well, she didn't talk about it. I brought it up. But she had a crazy holiday story. And we did get into it on the Patreon.
It was kind of groundbreaking because I barely remember even telling you because it was so traumatic and just crazy. But then us, reliving you so graciously bringing up my holiday story, kind of just reminded me of a holiday story that you had once shared with me in confidence. So we kind of unpacked that on the Patreon.
And you're not going to want to miss these stories. So if you want to head over to our Patreon, pay for it. You'll hear it.
And Honk, why don't you tell them what we're going to do once we hit 500 subscribers?
This is true on my life, my cat's lives.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to 500 Patreon subscribers, Lee, what are we at now?
We are currently
Hit us
at
with the numbers.
417.
417. So we've got some Patreons.
Yeah.
We got some subscribers.
We need 83 patrons to come join us. Because once y'all help us hit the number 500,
we're going to literally wax our ass on the podcast.
We're going to wax each other's. What was the word you used?
Oh, sorry, bungholios.
Yeah.
So, but it's not like we're gonna I'm not gonna point my butthole at the camera and do it. It'll be, I'll be on camera, but you won't be able to see inside of my asshole. And Lee, neither will you.
It's gonna
honk.
Yeah, just me. It's nothing I haven't seen before. We've seen each other's everything at this point.
So I promise you, at 500 followers, I will let Honk wax my butthole, which I've never had done before.
Yeah, it's gonna be rowdy. So if you guys want to see that,
I like that you specify that I can't watch.
No, you cannot watch.
You can't.
And when Honk does mine, you have to leave the room, Lee.
I get that.
You have to move your monitors into the other room.
He's smiling.
I know. Look at you. He's like getting livid.
He's mad, and he's trying to smile through the pain, but on the inside right now, he's like,
let me see that peach pit. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and that's on forbidden fruit.
So 500 Patreon subscribers, and you guys wax each other's buttholes.
Bungholes.
Yeah. So see you guys on Patreon.
Well, here's the thing. Let's unpack really quickly my doctor's appointment yesterday. That was fun. Okay, so as you guys know, I talked about how I went to the doctor and she said, "Oh my God, this looks like stage 1 skin cancer."
Clit too big.
Yeah, and
her clit's too big.
My clit was. She was like, "God, I've never seen a pussy this perfect. We need to go fuck it up." And I was like, I mean, if you must.
It's crazy how much you're altering.
No, it's crazy how jealous you are. But yours is covered in poop, so you would never understand what an actual good one is. But it's okay. But you can see it when you wax an asshole. Okay. Anyways, take a picture. Okay. Anyway, so I go to the doctor. She goes, "Okay, we need to get this removed ASAP." So
your clit.
Okay. No. And so anyway, so I go to the doctor yesterday, and then this to the dermatologist, and then this what is it? Like a resident comes in, and then she checks my back and whatnot. And she's like, "Okay, yeah, this is concerning, but we're going to take it off. Don't worry." And then the actual doctor comes in, and honestly, her voice sounded like fucking Julia Fox. She was like, you're fine. It's honestly like you're gonna scar. It's okay. And I'm like, well, how come two people just told me it's not okay? And then now you're saying it's okay. And then they get in another person. And then she comes in and she's like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's all good. And I'm like, oh, is it normal? And she goes, well, it's on your body, but yeah, it's okay. I'm like, well, obviously I'm asking about my fucking body, you crazy ass bitch. And then basically then they did a whole fucking check and then they said, oh no, you're actually all good. And that's on not actually having skin cancer. But then I was like, well, then why the fuck did people tell me that I did?
Because it's giving medical misdiagnosis.
It is giving medical misdiagnosis, and their attitudes, except for the resident girl was really nice, but the rest were so fucking rude and dismissive. And I was like snapping at them. I was like, well, can you just fucking check? I didn't say fuck, but I was like, can you just check? And there, it was
Watch
really
it come back as skin cancer, though. Like,
literally. And I was like, it doesn't feel good. And then she's like, I think it's in your, she literally said, she's like, I think it's in your head. Like I had something like this and I got it removed and the scar's ugly. Like you don't want to ruin your back. And I'm like, I think we have two different ideas.
You were literally told it was cancer.
Yes. Yeah. And like she has my chart and everything. She's like, no, like they were wrong. No.
It's like that girl that had the kidney stones.
It is like that. And I was like, okay, well, I need to go. Oh my God. And then my mom and I got into a huge fight because I
that was a story on Patreon
oh yeah, another Patreon subscribing story.
Get your money up, guys. But so then anyways, I call my mom and I tell her and she was like, oh, you don't need a second opinion. You're fine. And I'm like, everyone's really fucking testing me today.
So now this is one doctor that told you that you have cancer.
Okay. So one doctor told me I do. Then the resident came in and she goes, oh yeah, that like definitely looks, she's like, don't worry, we're going to take this off for you. Like this looks concerning. And then the third doctor comes in and she goes, no, you're fine. You're fine. And I was like, well, what do you mean I'm fine? Because people just told me that I'm not fine. And then I was like, and then I got dramatic and I was like, well, if I die tomorrow, it's on you. And then she was like, you're not going to die tomorrow. And then I started laughing because I was just being a clown, but I was also just really fucking frustrated. But
so are they going to remove it or not?
No, that's what she was like, no, but I'm going to go get a second opinion. I guess a third opinion now.
So crazy.
I know. That was my appointment to get it removed. And then she like wouldn't do it. She's like, no, like it'll scar. It's like, you don't need it removed right now. It's good.
Oh my God.
And I was like, and then she told me to come back in 6 months.
So, okay, that's such fucking horseshit.
And I was like, well, why can't you just do it just right now? Well, it's going to look ugly.
Okay, go somewhere else.
I know. I was like, okay. And this
I'm
is why,
over her.
if you have Kaiser, honestly, just don't have it because it's the worst.
Now, would you say today's subject is the biggest issue in your life? Would you say that's the biggest issue in your life right now is the skin cancer ordeal?
No.
Oh. What's the biggest issue in your life right now?
Probably my perfect pussy. And it's just like really hard being like the only one that has it.
It's just like this joke is overdone.
No.
You literally did it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, and
Lee, now you're picking up on her little joke. But here's the thing.
It's overdone.
Now, Gabby, for your...
Because it was fine when I did it. Now it's again. It's like, okay.
No, because here's the thing. And when your jealousy comes out, it's very unbecoming. And that's an issue. But I think I know what the biggest issue for you is.
What is it?
Probably your...
yeah, what is it?
Your cluster of hemorrhoids.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm kind of nervous for when I have to wax your bunghole because I don't want to pop one of your hemis.
They don't pop. That's not how it works.
Okay, she's experienced.
It's just like you're acting like you know how they work.
Well, my asshole is just pristine. Kind of just everything about me is. That's weird. But what would you say your biggest issue is?
Pristine. It's interesting.
Yeah,
you're the one who has a cluster of weird skin on your back. So.
Well, apparently I don't.
Okay.
You had worms crawling out of your asshole, so tell me about pristine. You can't, honey. You could never, and you will never.
I miss them every day.
Did you name them?
You wish I would tell you if I did. I'm not gonna tell you.
No, I honestly, every time you talk to me, I get a little bit sad. But anyways,
biggest issue, current issue in my life. Being broke. That's a big issue. I don't love that. And then I have another one, but that's something I need to talk to my sponsor about that I can't really divulge too much information about on here.
That's a private one.
That's some things, sorry, my voice cracked. I'm going through puberty. Some things do have to remain a little bit private. Not with you guys, because whenever you guys send us things, they're anonymous, but I can't be out here just willy-nilly throwing all the tea out because you could use it against me in the future. So now.
That's good.
Bring it up. Yeah, so bring it up on the show.
So the biggest issue in my life right now.
Well, if there's one thing Gabby's good at, it's keeping a secret. And I think that's beautiful.
I'll talk to my sponsor about it tonight.
Okay, so you have an issue with your that you're bringing to your sponsor, and then money. I think my biggest issues, I mean, honestly, okay, I guess health would be one, but then also, honestly, not to copy Honk, but the money thing is really, it's interesting. But anyway, so
let's just start reading.
So the theme obviously today is biggest issues, and okay, let's go. Hi, Honks and Lusciously, love the pod. It's the only one I listen to.
Don't say Lusciously.
Everyone's triggered now. Okay. So basically, my mans and I have been together about a year / a year and a half, depending on if you count the time we were casually dating before making it official. I keep catching him in lies, not just little stuff. It's always about sex and other girls. He's never fucked somebody else or even fooled around on me. But it's
wait. Sorry. This is a woman writing about her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's always about sex and other girls. He's never fucked somebody else or even fooled around on me, but it's shit like me finding his ex's porn on his phone.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Having a big falling out. A few months later, finding out he was talking to some girl about hooking up when we were just starting to define our relationship. A few months pass. Then it's always another weirdness. The most recent is him having posts on IG of sex worker thirst traps. Of him saving posts on IG of sex worker thirst traps.
Okay.
We have a very active sex life and be doing freaky shit. So I'm at a loss of what is making, I'm at a loss of what is missing that keeps him causing to have a wandering eye. I'm a thick bitch and older than him, but still a baddie, okay? So it makes me really insecure that he consumes this media of girls who look nothing like me, aside from the fact that we have similar aesthetics. He likes alt bitches. It's super frustrating because aside from this issue, our relationship is perfect. We never fight until something like this is uncovered. He's an amazing partner. He's always there for me, helps around the house and runs errands for me. Like, picture perfect partnership aside from his constant lies that always lead back to sex. He has told me that I'm all he wants and he doesn't know why. He has told me that I'm all he wants and he doesn't know why he does these things. He doesn't want to be open. He doesn't want to act on these things. I just don't know. I feel like I should leave him, but I truly do believe he's my soulmate. Am I a fool for giving him the benefit of the doubt for so long and staying with him when he continues to break my trust and emotionally traumatize me and crush my confidence? Thanks for reading. I look forward to your show every Sunday for entertainment while I fuck around on my day off. Thank you so much for writing in and for saying that. That's really sweet.
I've got so much to say about this. I have so much to say about this. You are dating a classic sex addict. He's sex addict. I mean, that's what it is. He is sex love addict. Sounds more like sex. And men fall more into the SA category. It's not anything that you're doing. It's not you. It's not, he's an addict. He's a this is what people do. And it's like, probably, I'm sure that he does feel guilty about it, but if he really does have this like addiction, like, does he struggle with any other addictions? Doesn't matter if he does or doesn't, but like, this is obviously a big one.
I knew reading this was going to bring up some stuff. Yeah. It's really, it's so complicated because I'm sure like when he's like apologizing to you and whatnot, of course it's genuine and whatnot, but because he has this sickness, it's not going to get better until he goes into a program or
So I urge you, you should honestly look up the 12 steps of what, sex addiction looks like. Look it up and see if he won't be able to do anything until he actually identifies. But for your own state of your own peace of mind, I would urge you to research what it is to be in a relationship with a sex addict that could give you some tools on how to emotionally navigate this situation. You're not going to be able to change him, but you will have to figure out what your emotional boundaries are with it. And if it's something that you can't put up with, then you have to leave the relationship because with any addict, you trying to urge them to change won't happen until they come to that conclusion on their own. So look into how to be in a relationship with a sex addict and what the signs of sex addiction look like in men.
That is motherfucking excellent advice.
Can I bring up one thing?
Yeah.
Because I went through this exact situation.
Perfect.
Really?
Yeah, and I was addicted to the porn, and I would watch it in secret.
And you've identified as somebody who struggles with sex and love addiction.
100%. And I would watch it. I would watch it secretly, and I would hide it from my partner. And when my partner found it, she would be very upset with me. And it really did put a strain on the relationship. I'm not going to. I'm not going to say that any of it's okay, but what I do want to bring up is that it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to stray from the relationship.
Yeah.
I think that he's addicted to porn, and and he's addicted to the fantasy and literally the brain chemicals that it gives off.
Yep.
But I really don't think, if everything else is great,
and especially if you guys are like having active, like a very active sex life.
Yeah.
Right.
The more you get down on him, the more he's going to feel shame and pull away.
Right.
So I would just be very open and honest.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like you're being open and honest, and that you're letting him know that it bothers you, and you would think that's going to be enough for him to make changes. It's probably not. You kind of need to either accept this and accept that it's going to carry on until he realizes that he needs to make a change, just like Gabby said. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, we're dropping bars.
So you either need to accept it or not.
Or create your own boundaries,
which also brings up Al-Anon. Like I dated a porn addict and a sex addict at 2 different points in my life, and I loved both of these people very, very deeply, and I really empathized with what this person was saying in her story, because it is really hard, and it's hard not to take it personally, especially when you don't understand addiction. And like, I mean, this is a common theme. We were just talking about that. This is a common theme, and I've only been in like Al-Anon for like almost 3 months now, but for my entire life, I've always tried to control people. I've gotten in their fucking business. I go through their phone. I try and like make up a plan for their life. It's like, it's exhausting. It's disheartening.
Yeah.
It's like, and then when they're not following through with the plan that you want, it's like, it just kind of ruins like your whole, it's like a cloud over you. And that is not if you're going to be in a relationship with an addict, exactly what you were saying, you have to learn to like put up boundaries and like, learn like, okay, like everything is great, but is this something that I can live with? And if it is, okay, fuck yeah, awesome. And if it's not, then yeah, you're going to have to walk away, because it's not fair to them or to yourself to be so micromanagey and controlling, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it comes from a place of love and care.
And sex addiction is a very real thing. And I know it's hard for people to like fathom it, especially if they don't struggle with it themselves. But it's
especially men with porn, because it happens so young.
Yeah, and like Lee was saying, it triggers it triggers the dopamine, you know, like his neurotransmitters are like wired to get like serotonin from this release of watching porn or blah blah blah, or the shit with his ex, you know, like he's wired to like have that gratification from that.
It's literally a high.
It's high. He's getting high off of sex and porn or whatever it is. So it's very real. It's not a thing where you can like, it's hard, because I think that what we've also seen in like culture is like, oh, it's the classic thing of the wife being like, you can't stop cheating on me, and what is it about me, and you're fucking wrong, and blah, blah. You know, that's so not productive for getting to the root of the issue. And if is this somebody that you really love, and that's somebody that really loves you, and you guys like want to like stay in this relationship and work on it, there are ways to do it. But I would say that you're dealing with somebody who really does struggle with sex addiction. He may or may not be able to recognize that. But it sounds like that's 100% what it is. Look up the 12 characteristics of a sex addict and see if he identifies.
And maybe that's a way to approach the conversation with him. And maybe be like, listen, I've been looking, it really bothers me, and I just want to bring this to your attention, and see if he identifies with it.
Yeah.
And see how receptive he is, because I think that's also like a good marker for her, like how to proceed.
Yeah.
You know, and then if he's like, oh no, then he's not, it doesn't mean he's a bad person. It just means that he's not ready to accept his addiction.
Which is where then you have to, that's where you have to be like, do I stay or do I go?
Yeah.
It's admitting that he's powerless. And if he can't do that, then it has to be like, okay, then can I continue to feel this bad about the behaviors that he's engaging in?
Prayers up for you, girl.
Prayers up, honey. Okay. We love sex addicts, don't we? Men are usually more SA, women are more SL.
More like
AA.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Gabby, Harper, and Hentai Lee. Hell yeah.
Classic.
I like that Lee also like has never watched hentai. He's just become Hentai Lee.
I love that some person wrote in and called you Hentai Lee.
It just said like the Hentai Lee watches.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh, that's what it was. It was like the Hentai Lee watches.
He's just Hentai Lee now.
Still to this day, it's like the funniest thing I've ever fucking had the pleasure of reading.
Really caught on.
And it just stuck.
Yeah.
And then it manifested into this like deep, dark thing, and it's just beautiful.
All right. I'm 28 and recently got a divorce. Young. I can't move out until June next year due to our lease. It makes it really difficult to move on because we have 3 kids together and I work so much as a truck driver. This past weekend, I set up a date while my kids were sleeping and my oldest saw me getting ready and basically had a meltdown. I ended up canceling the date and I sat them down and talked to them about the reality of meeting new people. Any advice would be great on how to deal with this. My son went off asking, what if I were to have more kids? I told him, Daddy can't afford any more child support. I love your guys' podcast, and you guys have gotten me through many nights of late night driving. Fuck yeah. Gabby, I saw you in Kansas City with Felipe, and you are one funny honk. I love you.
That's so sweet.
Good luck to all of you, and I can't wait to see you guys live sometime soon. Fuck yeah. Hopefully we can come to Kansas. He sent pictures of his kids. Your kids are beautiful. Oh. You're beautiful kids. Okay, let's recap that a little bit.
Okay, so
stuck in this lease until June.
So he is living with his ex.
His ex.
He was getting ready to go on a date. His oldest saw. He had to sit them down.
This is a hard one because I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm qualified to give advice with this. Because I don't have kids. I don't know. This is a hard one.
Okay. I mean,
I ended up canceling the date and I sat them down and talked about them, the reality of me meeting new people. Because kids aren't gonna understand. They don't understand because they're too attached to their parents and the idea of them being together.
I think if you guys were living separately, it's still gonna be hard, but it's going to be slightly easier. I think the reason why it's so hard right now is because number one, I mean, I don't know how old the kids are, but I'm assuming young.
They look young.
They look young. And you guys are living under the same roof. And so they don't really grasp that, like, oh, like our parents aren't, all the way together now. And like kids, like that's natural for them to like want the home to be like how it is.
Right.
But as far, I'm kind of struggling for advice. I don't know. And I know it's fucking hard. I mean, my parents definitely did not adhere to this, but I would say, and like my parents, they're not divorced, but like there were a few times where we thought it was going to happen. But I would just say like when you're talking to your child about your partner, always try and like just do so with grace. Cause I think it can like really fuck the kid up.
Yeah. You mean to like not talk shit about your partner to your kids?
Yeah. And like make jabs because it really, that fucked me up.
I totally agree with that. That's good advice, is to not shit talk your partner in front of your kids. As far as dating, for me, I think the first thing that I go to is like, I don't know if this is fair or not. Would it be possible to like not date until you're out of the house? I don't like, or is that like
sounds reasonable to me.
Is that
like if you had a babysitter or something,
right?
Or like the kids could go to like a parent's house or like
a grandparent's house.
How long did he say? How long? It is until the lease ends?
June. This June coming up.
That's a while.
It is a while. Is there a way to like date outside? Like, I don't know. Like,
or could you? How's your relationship with your ex? Could you?
Could
you have an open conversation? Like, because I'm sure both of you guys are trying to move on. But like maybe I think that's something worth, because like take the pettiness. I don't know if there's pettiness, but I'm just, if there's any animosity, try and take that out and just like really just focus on the children. And clearly like they're they're upset by this. So like, I would say if you like need a date right now, just try to like really do so like gently, and do it as, I don't know if it makes sense to say do it as a team, but like really include your partner in the sense of like, hey, can you please watch the kids so I can go do this? And if you have a date, I'll watch them. And like, I understand it's painful. I also think, if you can wait till, because it's
if you can wait till June, I would say.
Because it's just a little bit messy. Like, I'm not trying to come for you at all, but it does just give like a little bit messy. Like, I'm living with my ex, we're broken up, and then I have the kids, and then it's just kind of like.
And then you also you have to think about that too, of like being somebody who's dating. Like, are people going to want to get involved when it's a thing of like, oh, I still live at home with my ex and my kids, like, and it's not to make you feel bad at all. It's just it would be difficult, like, as the person that you're dating, to be able to be okay with that.
Because it's like, okay, you can't like bring the person home right away. You have like, you know.
I lived with an ex after we broke up. We were on the lease for like another, we broke up like 2 months into moving in together on a year lease.
Up.
Yeah, and it was fucking hard. And we didn't have kids in there, and that's even more difficult, but it was still really hard, and it doesn't give you any room really. And I like got into a full-blown other relationship when I was dating this person. I regret it. I wish I hadn't have done that. In retrospect, I wish I had not have gotten into a relationship with somebody else. I should have taken care of myself and spent time, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I wish I didn't get into a relationship.
Here's the thing. Also, 6 months, not that long of a time.
It's not that long.
It's really not that long of a time.
Honestly, 6 months
especially when you have kids. It's
right.
Like 6 months will fly.
I say just kind of, if you can, just bunker down.
And you know what? Go get your dick sucked by a lot lizard while you're out there trucking at night, okay?
A lot lizard.
You can go, when you're out there trucking.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're out there trucking, get to sucking.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's hard. That's a hard situation. But I would say if you could maybe hold off until your lives are a little bit more separate.
Yeah.
I think. That's just what I would say.
I agree.
And that's the tea.
And that's the fucking tea.
That's the motherfucking tea. Okay.
Thank you. And you're really sweet. And thank you for writing in and following the podcast and coming to live comedy. Felipe is the funniest. So hell yeah.
Hi, Bonks and Lee. This is quite the depressing issue. So apologies in advance. All right, a real light one today. Huckies. All right.
I love this prompt. This is a good one.
The last guy I dated did a lot of awful stuff to me. Before him, I had only kissed one person and had never done anything else. I was very nervous about it. He seemed like a very chill and understanding guy when I first met him, but wound up being very wrong. Before we ever did anything physical, but when we knew we were going to be more than friends, I told him about how I was molested when I was 5 as a preface to why I wanted to take physical stuff slow. He said he completely understood, and I breathed a huge sigh of relief. However, each time we hung out, he would start to be more and more pushy. He would constantly try to get me to do things I was not ready for, and I didn't know how to respond other than to freeze because I had no experience. A couple weeks after I told him about what had happened to me when I was little, he raped me.
What?
After it happened, I walked back to my dorm completely numb, cried in the shower for a while, and then I did exactly what I did when I got molested. I buried it. I sat him down to talk about it a few days later, and he apologized and said it was the worst thing he had ever done.
Oh?
I think because I was in such heavy denial that I had been sexually assaulted a second time, and because I couldn't tell that he was lying through his teeth, I believed him and continued dating him. All of my firsts physically, I never wanted. He would pressure me for upwards of an hour to do stuff, and I would initially say no because I wasn't on birth control yet and was petrified of getting pregnant. I think part of it is that I really get afraid of letting people down, so I just gave in and said yes. It makes me sick thinking about it because I always hoped that I would lose my virginity in a sweet and loving, safe way, not like that. The relationship going forward was him giving me a bunch of lies and stringing me along with false promises of change when I would talk to him about the ways that he hurt me. I gave him so much of my love and effort, and he would tell me about how much he cared for me, but then turn around and hurt me by neglecting me, making me feel guilty about the price of holiday gifts and the cost of travel to see each other, and using his depression as an excuse to treat me like I was nothing.
Oh my God.
This went on for a year, and I was in such deep denial about it all, and I just became more and more entrenched in his lies and delusion as time went on. It was so bad that he eventually broke up with me, and I asked him if he wanted me to wait for him. I think that was the lowest point of my life.
Oh.
On to my issue. I want revenge. I want him to hurt as badly as I hurt. I want him to go through what I had to. Not only when it comes to the pain that the relationship caused me, but the god-awful aftermath. I want to tell his parents and his high school friends and the friends he's made at college what he did. I want what he did to haunt him the same way it haunts me. I've talked to my therapist about it, and she said that doing this will cause an overwhelming amount of drama that will drive up my anxiety and make me feel worse. Yes. And then there comes the issue as to whether or not they would all believe me if I told them anyways. Also, I remember Harper, okay. I also remember Harper saying in an episode a while ago that she believes in redemption in certain cases for rapists. Now that is a haunting quote for me. Okay. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. If the guy who raped me redeems himself and changes, not only does that mean that he will never hurt me again, but he won't hurt anyone else that way either. I am 99.9% sure I'm just going to keep trying to heal and not get revenge. But if you guys have any advice on how to move forward, it would be much appreciated. Much love and warmest regards. Oh, honey. Jesus fucking Christ, that was sad. I'm so sorry.
You're going to hate what I have to say.
What?
Because it's so fucking annoying, and I hate when people say this to me. And I know you hate when people say it to you, and it's such a fucking program thing. It's such a 12-step thing. But you're supposed to pray for people that you want to hurt the most. The people that you fucking have the most just like fuck you towards. You are supposed to, it's so hard to do. You are supposed to pray that they get everything that they want, that they heal, that they have love in their life, and that you forgive them. And you do it
and
for
it's
yourself.
A process. It's a process. It took me years to get even close to doing that. And it's true because I do, whenever like my sponsor or you, there's basically only two people that tell me this, whenever y'all tell me, oh, you need to pray for them, I'm like, fuck you. Like I get like legit like angry because that's like my first, like that's like my defense mechanism. But then I have to go and sit with myself and go, okay. And, it really, it does sound cheesy and it sounds annoying as fuck. We know how it sounds, but it is so helpful. And it's really fucking hard. Like I'm having a hard time articulating like what I want to say right now, but I guess I would just say, I mean, being is so dehumanizing and obviously it's so fucking awful. And like, you know, we joke about it all the time because obviously like we've gone through situations like that and it just makes it kind of easier just to joke it off. But with this, I would say definitely what Honk just said. I would say pray for him. I would say work on finding forgiveness for him. And you don't need to say fucking shit to this man. You don't need to say shit to this man.
Ever.
You don't need to talk to him. You don't need to contact. And I felt like this because I took my rapist, or I was trying to take my rapist to court. I was trying to get him arrested for what he did. And then the police were not, they didn't take my case seriously. They lost my kid. We love to see it. But afterwards I just decided, I was like, that was like the worst, like few years of my life. Like just, I couldn't let it go because I was wrapped up in this case. But then like after that, like I lost the case too. So then I felt like there was no justice. And like, I wanted to like fly to North Carolina and like fist fight him in the street. And I wanted to like go to the police station. I like had this whole thing planned. And then I was just kind of like, you know what? Maybe it's defeatist. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I just, for myself, for me to move on with my life, I have to release this.
You have to move on with your life. And it's really hard for cases like, because it's like, they shouldn't be able to get away with it. They shouldn't. But the other thing is like, your therapist is right about if you seek revenge, it'll drive up your anxiety. And at the end of the day, it's like,
especially because it's such a delicate situation.
It's a thing of like, also like what he's not going to be able, even like if he comes back and earnestly apologizes, what he did to you has already been done. So you have to forgive that version of yourself, I think. in order to like.
And seeking revenge is just obsessing about it. It's like
Yeah.
it only hurts
It's
yourself.
also because you're hurt.
And it brings in that energy of like of anger and hatred. And it's just like you've already like literally suffered enough going through this.
Yeah.
You don't need to like keep suffering. And I know that like revenge is so funny because it like you do want to see people who deserve to fucking hurt. You want to see them hurt, but like you're not in control of that. And like,
and you want to know what? If you see them hurt, you are still going to be hurt.
You're still
it's not going to, and it is so hard to accept that. And I wanted to address one where she said, like, in certain cases, I think, what'd she say? Harper saying in an episode a while ago, she believes in redemption in certain cases for. I wish I remembered what I was talking about, but that is
redemption for rapists.
I guess.
You were really just saying that people can change.
If you okay, yeah, like if people want to change, they can, but it doesn't come from you making them change.
Exactly,
and that's that fucking Al-Anon all over again. But yeah, it's like you can't make someone. Essentially, yeah, this goes for anything in life. You can't make someone change, and it's frustrating as fuck, and it's unfucking fair. But that's just the cute little life that we live in. And I had a guy when I was 20. I was 20, and he sexually assaulted. He attempted to sexually assault me, and it was fucked up. I don't want to, whatever. Anyways, it was very fucked, and I believe it was like a year later. He texted me and apologized for it, and he was like, "I have thought about it every day, and I'm so fucking sorry." And I appreciated it, and like I could see that he was really fucking hurt. But again, even with that apology, it did still, even right now,
what's been done to you has been done.
It's been done. It's already altered me on a chemical fundamental level.
Yeah.
You can't undo it. There's no getting revenge, making everyone in the world hate him, whether he apologized every single day until he dies. There's no undo button.
Yeah.
For something that is so psychologically and oftentimes physically damaging.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why you have to heal yourself.
Right.
So you can get your life back.
Because even no matter how much they apologize, and if they really mean it, if you ever did come around with an apology, it won't do anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
Technically. I don't know. It makes me think about cases where you hear where somebody murders somebody and the family of the person who was murdered is like, I want to see that person dead. I want to see them dead. I want them locked up and fucking dead. And you hear them say, like, if that person is, sentenced to death and they die, a lot of the time, the reactions, they're always like, yeah, it did nothing for me. When they died, it did nothing for me. It didn't take away the hurt. The loss is still there.
On the flip side, you hear these families that forgive.
Yes.
And they and everybody involved goes on to lead more fulfilling lives.
Yes. And with forgiveness comes, I think, the most change.
Forgiveness is for you.
Forgiveness is for you.
And I know that's such a cliche and you hear it all the time, but it really is. Forgiveness it's for you to release that knot that you're living with.
Again, doesn't mean you have to live with you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to be like, it's okay. It's not about being like, it's okay. It's just like, you fucking hurt me and I'm moving on with my life and I hope you find peace. Mm-hmm. And that's like, I mean, if that's how you have to forgive somebody, then that's it, I hope you find peace. I hope you find what makes you feel better in life so you don't continue to hurt people. Mm-hmm. That's kind of...
And can I just say, and maybe this is an unpopular... Well, I don't know. I'm just going to say it. And maybe this is just something that has like helped me understand the assault and whatnot. But I think if you are doing that to someone, like if you are raping someone, if you are sexually assaulting someone... that person is not okay. That person is not getting off. You're deeply, deeply sick.
Especially after like what you had confided in him about and like how vulnerable you were with him. Like, I don't know, something in you like saw him as a safe place, but maybe also there was something in you that like
saw him as maybe something familiar and maybe you didn't realize
that pain, there's something there. I don't know. But he took advantage of that and it fucking sucks. But revenge won't do you any... It won't make your life better. I don't think.
No.
It's a temporary fix for for a deeply embedded wound that starts with inner peace and forgiveness.
I mean, and Promising Young Woman, that in that movie where she like is getting revenge on her for her friend who ended up killing herself because she was gang raped.
Yeah,
she ends up spoiler alert. She ends up dying in the end, and it's a fantastic movie.
So
but she
good.
goes to the ends of the earth to get revenge on these guys, and she like ends up dying. And instead, it's like, you know, it makes sense in the movie, but it's also like you can look at that and be like, look at what revenge gets you.
She did also get them all locked up though, which was pretty cool.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So do what you will with that information. I hope there's something in there that helps. And forgive yourself at least, you know.
I'm really happy you're in therapy. That's huge.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Honks and Lee. TBH, my life's pretty good right now. I'm applying to grad school. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
To get my master's in fine arts. Hell yeah. Because I love wasting money. Hell yeah. So do we. I also have a wonderful job at a gallery that I also show my paintings at. Okay, fucking cool.
Wait,
life.
where is it? I'm gonna go.
I don't know, but that's pretty cool. My biggest issue right now is that I'm trying to get out of the borderline doomsday cult that is the Jehovah's Witnesses. My brother's mom, so my dad's first wife, converted to Jehovah's Witness. And I've heard all about it my whole life.
Wow.
It's wild. All of my family on both sides are Jehovah's Witness. And I feel so alone being the only non-believer and a lesbian. LOL.
Oh
Jesus.
my God.
A little background about JWs. One of their main beliefs is that only a certain number of people go to heaven, while everyone who dies will be resurrected and live on earth after Armageddon when God turns the earth back into a paradise.
Okay.
Garden of Eden. Who writes this shit? Who fucking...
A man.
I can hear a phone ringing.
What JK? I bet it's my dad. Oh no, it's... Hold on. No, it's Joe, my ex-husband. He's probably asking if I can pay the phone bill. Should I pick it up?
Sure.
Hold it up. To the
It's
top.
gone.
No, I wouldn't put that on the show.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So who writes this fucking shit? Okay, so only a certain number of people go to heaven, while everyone who dies will be resurrected and live. Okay.
Jehovah's Witness is the one that I don't know much about.
They're the ones that knock on your door.
They knock on your door, and I know they don't celebrate holidays.
No holidays.
I grew up with a few,
Yeah.
and there was a church in my town. But
Yeah.
like that's the one religion that I don't really know anything about.
Really weird. Yeah.
These girls across the street from me, when I was living in San Diego as a kid, they were Jehovah's Witness, and I loved these little girls so much. They were so sweet, and I had a lot of fun playing. They had a really cool backyard, but like their mom like never wanted them to like come over to my house. Which even if you're not Jehovah's Witness, I don't blame you. But yeah. But anyways, one day they just like moved away and like never said anything. It was very ominous.
All right. But if you don't accept God's message, when we go door to door, you completely miss your chance of being resurrected. Crazy, right? So, okay, if a Jehovah's Witness knocks at our door and we're like, no thanks, we don't get to be resurrected.
What if you're really sick?
Hilarious, though. Can you imagine? And then the Jehovah's Witness walk away and they're like, yeah, sorry, sucks to be you. Like, that's what they really do.
Yeah.
They're really on this high horse of like, guess you'll never go to God's Garden of Eden.
At least it seems like they have more self-confidence than the Mormons, though, because I feel like the Mormons like keep knocking. Knocking.
Imagine
Nickety
having
knockers.
imagine having that much confidence at all anyway. To like walk away from that and be like unshaken because you're like, God's got me.
Imagine where we'd be if we had the confidence of a Jehovah's Witness.
We would be so much further. JWs get baptized when they are around 12 to 16. And if you get baptized, then sin. What is sinning for Jehovah's Witness? Then sin, you get completely shunned by the congregation, including your own family. That's fucking wretched.
I think it's still Christian, so I think it's still the 10 Commandments.
Okay. I mean, like, they literally pretend you don't exist. Horrible.
Wait, don't Amish people do that too, Lee? I don't know why I just asked that to you. If you leave the community?
Amish people give you a chance to leave and then you come back. And then I think if you leave after that, you're
shunned.
Yeah, you're shunned.
So fucked up.
Scientologists
will
shun you.
Yeah.
And then
not only that, they'll
Mormons
like send
too.
dogs after you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get through it.
Okay.
There are so many other strange and backwards beliefs that I won't go into, but absolutely insane. I'm 22 and luckily have avoided getting baptized. How did you avoid that?
Okay.
But I'm definitely setting off alarms because of my age. I'm also a lesbian who dresses like a 70-year-old man, so that doesn't help either. Does your family know that you're out? But I start grad school in September of 2023, and I'll be in a whole other state. So thankfully, I won't have to deal with it anymore. It's so hard being around them and having to act like I agree with them.
Oh, fuck. I bet.
Anyway, thanks for listening, and I love the podcast so much. I always listen to it when I'm painting. Love that. Anyway, here's a picture of my work if you're curious.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you're great. I love this.
Let me see.
Fuck, dude. This is so good.
Oh, that looks like a fucking picture.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's incredible.
Wow. Fuck, dude. Yeah, this is great.
Okay, go the fuck off.
What did you paint on? Is this canvas? Anyway, that's so cool. You're really talented.
Really great.
Yeah.
You're really fucking talented.
And go the fuck off. 22 and working in a gallery and having your art in a gallery. That's you know,
dude. Yeah, it's really cool. That's a really hard. How the fuck? How, like, that? It's so crazy because for me, I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. Who gives a shit? But like, it's obviously so deep when you're like, when you're raising it, it's your whole family, you know. Mm-hmm. Fuck that. Fuck that. Like, that's such conditional love. It's so conditional. And I'm so sorry because I'm sure that's really like psychologically traumatizing. Do you guys
think that unconditional love exists with humans?
I don't know. No.
I don't think it does.
I think that there's always a condition.
Love is conditional. I think you can unconditionally love an animal.
Except I think maybe with parents and children.
You know what? Honestly, Honk, I don't even know if I don't know if all parents are capable of.
I don't think all parents are.
But I feel like all children are. I feel like children possess unconditional love because they're just so pure.
Yeah. And then at some point we get old.
And then we fuck them up.
Yeah, we fuck them up. That's really intense though, dude. Good luck on getting it. You'll be so much better once you get the fuck out.
Yeah. It's just so hard because number one, you're trying to like leave a fucking religious practice cult, but then also it's your family's like wrapped up in it. It's very heavy.
And if they disown you, it's fucking horrific. Okay.
But you know what? As cheesy as it is. Okay, this whole episode is us just saying cheesy things, but your friends can be your chosen family. And that's on. Go get some artsy friends. Okay. My biggest and ongoing issue is not having enough money. Welcome to the club, Sister Queen. For things I want to do, but doing them anyways, which has led to $13,000 in credit card debt. Also being stuck between wanting to have a successful career and vanilla-ass life, or just YOLOing all over the place because I may very well die tomorrow, and I don't want to waste time. Fuck. The struggle is fucking real. I'm pretty sure I'm autistic or have ADHD or both. Working on an evaluation, but there is some sort of undiagnosed neurodivergence that's part of my lack of motivation to do anything that doesn't bring me instant gratification. That's all. Well, you got me fucked up with that.
Hey, guess what? We're in the same fucking boat.
Yeah. That's an astute...
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
You know we love talking about addictions on this podcast.
Yeah.
Hoo-wee.
The instant gratification. Yeah, honey. Wanting that hit. Ooh.
Yeah, money's a big issue, dude. Money's a big fat fucking issue. We'll let you know how it goes when we get better at it.
Yeah. Okay, so Honk and I don't know if we talked about it on here, but you and I, what would you say, like 2 weeks ago, we had like a very good heart to heart about our spending. On some real shit, how do you feel you've been since that?
A bit better.
Okay.
A bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I still have been going into the negative almost every day, and then the surviving off of like getting $50 here, $50 there, that pulls me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like my biggest thing right now is the automatic payments.
Yeah.
So, and I like barely have made enough money this month to be able to like keep myself afloat. And so then every time I have a little bit of money, everything just empties out because I have bills.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I haven't been that wild.
Okay, that's good.
The only like I haven't been overspending on like clothes or anything. It's been
ever since you and I talked, I have not done that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
The only thing is food. I could have been grocery shopping more.
I was bad yesterday with food. But yeah, besides that, it's a process.
It's a process. I've definitely been.
Honey, it's a motherfucking process.
I want to share it took me, and I'm 35 now. And it took me until the last year or so to be even remotely responsible. I had a negative bank account my whole life.
Yep.
I've had 3 bank accounts closed on me for being negative for so long.
Oh my God.
I've never paid bills regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I've had I have so many creditors out from I can't live in Massachusetts because I owe every single utility money. And I get it. I hear you. You do end up getting out of it. It's just being.
Or you end up on the street. So we'll see you somewhere.
You end up on the street, but it is something. I mean, I stressed out about it too, but it's not too crazy.
It sucks. I woke up thinking about this today. It sucks not ever being able to be I could take myself on vacation.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm I can't.
I still don't have that.
Yeah. To be able to have
check to check.
Oh my God.
Me too.
Yeah. My friend is taping her hour and Bianca's taping her hour in Prague. And she's yeah, in December. And she goes, Harper, can you come out? And I'm like, ha 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 ha.
Is she doing it in Prague language?
In Czech? No.
Prague language.
Oh, Gabby, honey. Okay.
She's not doing it in Prague language.
Nope, she's not doing it in Prague language. She's doing it in English.
Okay, I want to bring up that we'll probably do one more each.
We keep getting so many good emails, and we can't ever get through all of them.
Did we read the top tier honk?
I was just about to.
Okay, yeah.
All right. This was sent in from our Patreon.
Ooh.
Hey, hunks. I called in a while back about my boyfriend's best friend's boyfriend who thought I was fooling around with his girl. Well, guess who is single? Me. I have put 3 years into the relationship, and I've bent over backwards for him. He is a professional drifter, like a NASCAR.
Tokyo or emotional? I'm going to have to go with emotional.
I'm going to go with both.
Okay.
And I've been his #1 fan since day one. Honestly, I don't know what to do with myself at this point. I went from spending every single free moment I had with him to just being alone. It was my decision to go on a break, but we all know how those end. They end. I had a nice little mentally ill cry session and called him during the break and ended things. Ever since then, I've been losing my fucking shit. I'm not one to cry at fucking all, but I've been hysterically crying for the past 3 weeks. I called him one night when I was having a mental breakdown and he answers the phone saying, hello? And I said with the most sad and shaky crying voice, can you have a minute to talk? Because honestly, me and him used to talk on the phone every single night and I just needed to speak with him. You know what his response was? Who is this?
Okay.
And
that's how you end up face down in the fucking LA River. What if you go, who is this?
You know what? And this is when revenge is okay.
And this is where revenge is okay.
Who is this? Oh, shut the fuck up.
Who is this,
Go
bitch?
drift your car into a fucking ditch, bitch.
Yeah,
what are you fucking
cunt.
talking about?
You stupid fucking asshole. Go fuck your mom.
Shut up. Go fuck your mom because I know that you are.
That's literally why he's not showing up for you. He's like, well, my mom folds all my laundry and sucks my dick. Okay.
Yeah. I can't.
Oh, fuck off, limp dick.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I quickly sighed with, and he immediately asked if it was me, knowing he fucked up. What do you mean?
We got a Sherlock Holmes on our hands.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he really cracked the fucking case.
He proceeded to ask me if I was drunk, which fucking hurt, but he knows I never cry. So we talked, and for fuck's sake, I regret ending things with him.
No, you don't, girl. You're literally a 10 out of 10, and he's a -1.
He made plans with me the following weekend to talk about things because he said some of it he couldn't say over the phone. Why? I took a long-ass walk around the block and immediately called him back and said, hey, I'm going to need you to tell me what you can't say over the phone, which is torturous. Like the fact that he would say that.
It's giving drama.
Mainly because if I made the drive to see him and he said some shit that would upset me, you could catch me driving my truck off an overpass. Don't do that.
Honey, please.
Which I followed it up with, I respect that and it's completely valid. There was more said, but if I'm being completely honest, I've dated before and I've dated long term, but I've never loved anyone as much as him. I'm sorry. I'm so lost in my day-to-day life and I don't know what to do with myself. I've started going to the gym and getting fucking ripped and shredded, which is good.
Good.
That's the right decision. Oh, getting ripped and shredded fast and it's scary. Okay, give me the fucking... Nothing gets you more in shape like going through a breakup.
Or propels your fucking career.
Both of them. You get so fucking hot and so successful when you go through a breakup.
Yeah.
Mostly. But I've also just been hiking nonstop on my days off with my dog. I'll include photos of the puppers, but Jesus Christ. Well, where are the photos? You didn't put any. We made plans to talk December 1st because I will literally go to war for this man if it means we can mend what we had.
Honey.
So in the meantime, being what the fuck do I do with myself? Why December 1st? Is that the date?
Maybe like waiting a month or something?
Okay.
I don't know.
Since the breakup, I've gone completely sober. Good. Not even because like I'm on some sober girl shit, but because it really helps you when you get out of a relationship. That's what got me sober, was getting out of a relationship with somebody that I was completely fucking obsessed with. And I was like, okay, I'm either gonna eat shit trying to like get over this and get fucked up every night, or I'm gonna get sober and clear my head, and it's the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
I quit literally everything from caffeine to nicotine, drinking, THC, everything. I am so lost. Well, you're starting at the right place.
Yeah, you are.
I went to a drift event and he gave me a ride along as he always does, and he wouldn't even fucking look at me.
Honey, why do we want this guy back?
You know how breakups be.
I know.
And the other night, it's so much easier said than done. The other night I had a dream and all of his car friends were there and they were all chatting with me. But even in the dream, he wouldn't look at me or even acknowledge my existence. And I woke up in the biggest panic ever. How the fuck do I get past this? What if come December, he just tells me no and to basically get fucked? Help. I'm so sad. He might.
Yeah, he honestly might. I feel like an issue I'm seeing
but
right
it's
here.
Good.
But yeah, it would be a gift.
You can't see that now, but it's good.
When you're like this with someone, to me, and you and I have both felt like this about people, but like it's not necessary. Yes, there's love there, but it's also like obsession because you made this person your son. You're getting all of your validation and all of your happiness.
Your higher power. This person's your higher power.
Yeah, your higher power. You're making this person your everything, and you have to make yourself everything.
Yeah, and you said like, how do I get through it? Fucking, I hate to say it, but it's time, dude. It took me so long to get over the person that I was like in shambles over.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a process. It's just that fucking horrific process of like one slow, shitty day at a time.
One slow, shitty day. Yeah, it took us fucking years. I didn't get over the person that broke me in half and then some in 2020, beginning of 2020-ish. I didn't get over that person until this year. So it takes a long fucking time.
But it's like the thing that you can remember, which is hard to when you're in your place, is that human beings are fucking resilient.
So resilient.
Like, it's just part of our nature to heal and move on. And you will. It just takes time. You're doing all the right things. Getting sober, working out. Like, those are just the things that you can control that will make you feel better. Your body will feel better. When you get fucked up and you're going through a breakup, you act out more and you get into like self-pity. And that's the worst. It
keeps you in it too. And then also like alcohol is a depressant. So then like not only are you like, you're also prolonging it because like you're numbing yourself for like the hours that you're drinking / asleep.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and then all the feelings are there plus the hangover, which is like adding to the depression, and it just elongates that.
And I know the thing of say December 1st comes and he tells you to fuck off. Like I said, he might. That happened to me too. It was the worst. I was like, I took a break from this guy because it wasn't like, it was so painful, but I needed a break because whatever, long story short, we had like a set date to talk about things. And I was like, okay, we didn't really talk. We had like 3 weeks where we were just like, let's take a break. And, on this date, we can like talk about things. And I was like, for those 3 weeks, I was an anxious fucking mess. I was crying all the time. And we finally met up to like talk. And I was like, okay, like it's going to be resolved. And he was still like, I'm not interested. I don't want to do this. And it was just like, what? It was a fucking earth shattering. It was horrible. And then like, that's what it is. It's fucking horrible. And then you just have to deal with it, and you just fucking move on somehow.
Because it's horrible. Then it stays horrible, and then one day it's just not anymore.
One day it's just not anymore,
and then it's okay.
And like with every day, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, you'll have, 5 minutes of peace, 15 minutes of peace. Maybe you go an hour without thinking about the person. Then it's like you go a couple of hours without thinking about the person, and then it's just like the further away, the more time that you have out of the relationship, the further away the pain gets.
And the more that you can I was gonna say, like the further away you get from this relationship and this person, and then also like the more in tune you become with yourself, I think you're gonna have so much peace, because I think like when we put, all of ourselves into someone else, you poured yourself on empty, and so like you're gonna have to like, heal yourself and like kind of get back to center.
And you made this person your everything, and that's why it is so painful. And maybe the next time you get into a relationship, you won't. You'll maybe learn how to have more space for yourself.
I'm someone that really struggles with not like making the person I date like my higher power, as we say in program. I think a lot of us do that. Yeah. So I had to like implement rules for myself. Like, I am not going to text someone all day, every single day. Like I'll text you every day, but I'm not going to text you all throughout the day. I'm not going to do that. And also hanging out every single day, I'm not going to do that either. Even if I really fucking want to, like, no, because if when a breakup comes, if it comes, then all of a sudden you're left like just in shambles, because like you said, because you're like, oh my God, like, what do I do with, like, who even am I? What do I do? So you have to keep making sure, it's like, just ground yourself.
Also, hate to say it, you may or may not be, a love addict, but you could always give a fucking you could always give a meeting a try. They really help. Even if you don't end up identifying, it really helps just to go like sit in a room and cry and share for an hour and listen to other people. And then you could maybe in a couple months realize like, this isn't for me, but like, it doesn't matter. If you just go, maybe you'll find some peace in that.
It at least sounds like codependence.
It is, yeah.
Oh, you should get the book Codependent No More. That's a really good book.
And Attached. Those are
those
really
two books are excellent.
Pop psychology books right now.
Those really helped Honky and I. Now, Honk, this next one, I think you're really gonna like this.
Don't.
What? I just said I think you're really gonna like this.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah, I think you will. Okay. Hi, Honk Bonks. I have many minor and major problems, including figuring out how to have a relationship with my lunatic mom, rethinking my relationship with alcohol, working out the kinks of moving in with my partner, and moving across the country at the same time. But you know what the worst thing is? My shitting.
Stop.
Every time I poop, and it isn't often, I feel like I'm a tube of toothpaste that someone is squeezing for the last tiny dollop on their toothbrush. I'm sick of feeling...
What?
It's like the end of a tube.
They're constipated, Gabrielle.
Yeah.
I'm sick of feeling bloated and miserable 80% of the time.
What the fuck you eating, girl? Chicken nuggets?
No, sludge.
Cheese
Wendy's,
and nuggies?
Wendy's Frosties, 80% of the time. But I'm not stoked to go to a quack doctor and have them tell me I just need to exercise more, eat better, some nonsense.
Take fiber.
Quack.
Some quack. Some quack fucking doctor.
That's not a quack. That's just general health.
But you're eating frozen blocks of cheese and going, what could it be?
Why don't you drink just like fiber drink?
Or eat the papaya thing, because it makes you fucking shit gnarly.
Eat some yogurt.
No, yogurt's not. They need to go heavy duty for this. This person has like
this person's barely shitting.
Their asshole is cemented shut. So you need to get the fucking pineapple.
Well, why they say they're shitting like toothpaste? Because that makes me think they're like shitting like long.
No, they just said the dollop of toothpaste.
They're like trying to get the last drop out of the thing, and they like.
And then it'll kind of come out.
Girl, get your damn gut checked out, because you got some fucking shit going on in there.
Yeah, and if you don't want to go to the doctor, get on TikTok and like figure out what's gonna make you shit. There's like teas.
Yeah.
There's get the papaya, bitch. Fucking eat the seeds.
Finish it.
Sit-ups.
Okay. I mean, fuck. Coffee? Come on.
Literally.
Shit. And she's like, I just ate raw chicken nuggets and cheese and whole milk, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not us being so delicate and sweet to everyone, and then go, oh, you shit. Fuck. Okay. Okay.
Go to a doctor, you constipated bitch.
Okay. I'm a vision of healthy eating, and I still sit on the toilet for 30 minutes, absolutely fighting for my life, while my gut...
Define healthy eating.
Yeah,
vision of healthy.
Gut flora wage a guerrilla... Wait.
Are you taking probiotics?
A guerrilla war on my bowels. Gabby, do you see a doctor about your wretched shit problems? This bitch can't stop
First of all,
shitting.
I don't even have wretched shit problems. I stay shitting.
Well, yeah, no, but she does stay
shit
shitting.
a lot, and I take fucking colossal dumps.
Yeah.
I'd be shitting fucking
Do you shit every day?
turds, like twice a day.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't shit every day.
You don't shit every day?
You could tell.
No.
Oh my God, Gab.
I know.
That's right. Sometimes you get really bitchy.
When I take better care of myself, I shit every day for sure, but I don't. I have not.
But wait, here's the thing.
How often do you shit?
Because you're giving once a week.
Like every third day.
Really?
Wait.
Yeah.
Then you need to do the papaya thing too.
I need it.
I was clowning on my honk, but honk was right.
No, I'd be shitting.
No, I'm completely aware of what the issues are.
Well, you did say macaroni and cheese and pizza the other day. I didn't hear a vegetable. Oh, I didn't hear a vegetable.
Here, I also hardly eat vegetables. I just stay.
But you always eat smoothies.
I do eat smoothies, but they don't have vegetables in them.
No.
I do. I shit a lot.
Damn, Lee.
Are you on probiotics? Like, take probiotics. Fuck.
Wait, so you're twice a day?
Usually, yeah. I'd be shitting. I'd be shitting so much that it makes my asshole raw.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Any more than 2?
Softer toilet paper.
Or maybe I just need a.
Do you get up to like 3 or 4? Because then it's like IBS.
Most I shit in a day is 3 times a day.
What's the consistency?
3? Okay. Oh.
Depends. Sometimes it's a big brick of a shit, and then sometimes it's a softie.
Hard to get out.
Sometimes it can be. Some days it's like the days where I'm like sweating, like every nerve.
But you're not supposed to do that because then it gives you hemies.
Yeah, well.
It's something you got to get it out.
But you said,
that's
what's one more to the bunch? Yeah.
Sometimes I haven't shit in so long that I have like yogurt or drink a glass of milk or something that I know is going to
a glass of fucking milk. God,
take a fucking laxative. Are you taking laxatives?
Take a fucking laxative.
Yeah.
Or literally go to a doctor and get your gut checked out. You might actually have some real issues with your gut. So, or go get some fiber, put it in your water, shake it up, and chug it. They have fiber that you can just put in water.
Yeah.
It tastes kind of like wood chips, but
although get the sugar-free kind. If you get like the Metamucil, it's like the fiber that you put in water. Get the sugar-free kind for sure because the
Dr. Shit.
Because the sugar kind, I gained fucking 40 pounds taking Metamucil with sugar.
Really?
Yeah, it was so bad. It like really fucked me up.
Prayers up on your shit journeys. We still have a couple more stories, but I guess we won't get to them.
I mean, that was a perfect one to end on.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to save them for either the ketchup or for
Yeah, we have a long, big one here that I would like to read, but we'll do it. We'll save it. You guys, we have a couple left. I'm so sorry if we didn't get to your stories. As always, sorry if we didn't get to your stories. We love them. Thank you for sending them in. Nothing about you if we don't read them. It's just we run out of time and we just go in order of what they were sent. So
and
yeah,
y'all know what it is, and you guys also know what it isn't. And here's what it is.
We'll get to it.
Really fucking cute.
And so be sure to follow on Instagram. Lately, these prompts have been coming out on either Sunday or Monday because we've been getting so many emails. So we kind of pushed it back a little bit. So yeah, just watch out for the prompts on Sundays or Mondays and get your stories in.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, so cute, so good. Okay, just to reiterate, we are going to do our live show Friday, December 9th at Third Wheel. Doors at 7:30, show at 8. Gonna be fucking fun as hell. Honk, remind them what's going to go on Patreon.
Yeah, you guys, we're going to wax each other's bungholes on Patreon when we get to 500. 500 subscribers, we're waxing bungholes.
And we're at 417 now. So 500, we need what? That's
83?
83 more.
Tell a friend if you guys want to see us do exclusive OnlyFans content. We'll be doing it on here.
Yeah.
On God.
Okay, and then
should we put it on the $10 tier? Should we put it? Oh no.
Just subscribe to the Patreon.
Okay, bye. Okay, yeah, got it. Bye.
Subscribe to the Patreon. 500
not miss. Okay, I just lost the reference. I'm gonna go fuck myself.
Do a $50 tier, and it won't be blocked. Just kidding.
Oh
my God, I'm dead. Okay, yeah, Lee has to leave the room when we do it. Okay, you guys. Well, that was another Rootin' Tootin' episode of Motherfucking Tea Time. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.